So, if you have seen any of the news, you would know that Sakamoto Days is approaching its final stretch. It is now confirmed as of Shonen Jump News that Sakamoto Days is entering its final battle arc. And the writing was pretty much already on the wall here, which just makes complete sense, especially with the story not really having many more places to go. While there definitely are uncovered territories, there are loose character threads that still need to be tied up, and there are plenty of things that can still be handled and tackled in the plot. As of the main antagonist versus protagonist segment, most of that kind of fell apart with the ending of Uzuki's big gun plan and the aquarium battle. Now, as most people have in the community have pretty much predicted, all that's really left is for the final square ups and 1v1s to go down. As last chapter kind of pretty much solidified, with one of the first final battles kicking off immediately, Oki versus Nagumo. And this is very clearly a battle to the death. Two characters that are not going to be ending this fight until one of them walks away. If these characters somehow do survive, they are definitely only going to be living to fight another day. Perhaps Oki, his final battle is actually more so meant to be up against Kindaka, his former leader. Perhaps Yotsumura might even have something to do with that. Either way, this battle continually intensifies and grows stronger as the two characters pretty much stop messing around after they leave the coffee shop. They say that winner of this fight pays the bill, which makes sense because the other person's going to be dead. However, they've already dined and dashed at this point because Nagumo straight up just kicks Oki out of the building and they're flying away and battling into a different building. So I think at this point, they don't have to go back. I don't think anyone at this restaurant is going to go back and look for them. But what Oki does reveal to us before we shift away to what's actually the main focus of this chapter is that with the new JAA being formed, with the gun tragedy and incident going on in the country, it did awaken a lot of new killing intent and a lot of new recruits have sprouted amongst all of this chaos, which makes sense if you think about it. Oki mentions that the era of the Order being this almighty force, being this invincible level of assassin that no one else is able to reach, is over. As after the entire country has shifted, the abundant killing talent that has awakened might rival even them. Because remember, Nagumo's whole thing and reason for fighting Oki here, trying to get Oki to stand down, was because he believed that not having Shishiba, Osaragi, and him on the Order's side severely weakened them to the point that they were the losing team. However, if these new recruits are as strong as what Oki claims them to be, they may be able to level the playing field. But on top of that, it also seems like we were given some new characters. So specifically, most of the main characters will have a direct person to go up against, because we tried to do this a little bit earlier on stream, which, by the way, if you don't know, we stream the chapter reactions and reviews every Sunday. Definitely feel free to check those out. The possible matchups that could end the series, while some of them make sense, obviously you have characters like Shishiba who are going to be directly going after characters like Gozu. I personally think Osaragi has been set up to fight Kumanomi and avenge Shio, potentially. This video is sponsored by GamerSupps, the ultimate energy and focus formula. GamerSupps is an awesome drink made up of a bunch of vitamins like vitamin C, vitamin D3, B6, B12, and vitamin H. All super good for you and your health, so it's not one of those awful sugar-filled concoctions that's gonna make you crash after drinking it. If you're still skeptical about it, go check out the link and use my code anyway. They are more than willing to send you some free samples and give you a chance to try their product for free. Use my code NOOP now for 10% off, and thank you GamerSupps for sponsoring the channel. There are characters like the Sebra brothers, Amane, Torimaru, I think that's her name, and other people that need something to do, potentially hacking into the mainframe and stopping the gun tragedy of the country may not have been all these characters can do, because as we get revealed to us, we are shown a police officer who says that there is just no point in being a cop anymore because with the new JA existing, it's now legal to kill people. Even though the guns, are mostly stopped for the most part, that have been handed out in society with Shin and the Sakamoto gang's efforts, there are still guns working, and it's still legal to kill people. So someone like this person, even though funnily enough, in Japan, there's like 2 gun deaths a year, if that. Like, most cops are not using their guns in Japan. It's just unheard of. Most cops de-escalate the situation without force. So this is more so, I wonder if this is Yuto Suzuki's take on like a more westernized police officer. But either way, this person says the only reason he became a cop was to be able to shoot a gun. And now that he has been licensed to kill by the new JAA and scouted by them, he is potentially going to be one of these new quote-unquote order members that is set up to fight our main characters. We also have this woman who has a child and is completely covered and hidden from the sun with sunglasses and a face covering and, like a sun hat, all of that stuff, a sundress, everything like that. And her having a baby is kind of crazy. The baby has the JAA license. We've now got, single mothers just looking to make a living, now participating in the killing, which I think is hysterical. I mean, hey, it's real shit, man. Real shit out here. So you got to pay those bills somehow. And we also get shown 2 sibling assassins that have just graduated from KKK Academy. Yep, you heard it here first, folks. KKK Academy. Which Kyoto Kanzai Killing Academy, or I think it was said originally to be Kyoto Kanzai Region Assassin Institute, but I guess Yuto Suzuki or the translator thought KKKA sounded cooler, which is just an unfortunate turn of events here. I don't know if they understood what they were going for, but this is the same school that Shishiba actually was raised and grew up in. So even though he dropped out and did not completely graduate, this is still where Shishiba originates from. So Shishiba's a boss, and we know that gives the potential for these new sibling characters to be bosses. And like I said, potentially we are getting these characters introduced just so more of our main characters can have satisfying ends to their own character arcs by having final battles to go through. Again, with these sibling characters getting introduced, it's completely possible these may be the direct combatants of the Seba brothers. It's also possible that with the police officer getting introduced, that might be the fight for Torimaru or maybe Amane. There are so many different things that could come from these final battles. And the fact that new characters are getting introduced this late, that's really the only thing that makes sense to me. I know a lot of people clowned on me a long time ago when I said a tournament arc would probably be the best way to clean up the final battle and the final ending. I still stand by that. Again, not necessarily like we get an official tournament where it's, there's rules registered, we all go to an arena and everyone gets their turn, but more so, I mean, just having this final section of Sakamoto Days be nothing but all out choreography, violence, crazy antics, insane battles, weaponry, and just some of the most hardcore drawn shonen battles that we have ever seen and gotten, because that's what I've been on this ride for the entire time. And if that's where this journey has been taking me and that's the destination we're ending off on, then god damn it, I'm completely okay with that. But that being said, as you should already know, I'll be here every week, every Sakamoto Days chapter, talking about this series because I'm here for the violence. I am here for the amazing fight scenes drawn by Yuto Suzuki, and I always will be. And if this is really how we're going out, then I just hope it's a blaze of glory. But guys, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about Sakamoto Days coming to an end. Are you happy that this series isn't going to drag on for too long? Are you sad because there may be some loose threads that are left completely just not tied up? Let me know your thoughts. And most importantly, don't be scared to subscribe so you don't miss any future Sakamoto Days reviews or any future Sakamoto Days videos that may be dropping, because again, there's more than just chapter reviews on this channel. Feel free to check it out and see what other content you can find. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.